Hey guys, we're back on another episode with Tuesday. This is our 5th episode. I can't believe it. We've been at this for like 5 weeks. Every week we're recording. It's kind of fun.
It's become like a new routine for us, but we really like it.
I'm enjoying it. I think each week I'm just curious as to what we're going to talk about, and I get excited for that. Before we hit record, we were talking about aging and just how we both have such different perspective on that. Like, that's something that I think about and go, damn, like, we're all going to age and we're all going to get older, and you're just going to get older by the year. And sometimes it freaks me out thinking about that. Like, how do you feel?
I think about that like on a daily basis multiple times. Like, I'm going to age older, but more so in the sense that time is fleeting. I got to try to make the most of today, and I'm only going to look this young for a certain amount of time. Let me act on that.
Shouldn't your prime just be you living in it and not stressing? Maybe stress about, I don't know. As much as it's like our prime, it's still stressful, like super stressful. It's like every day in your 20s feels like growing pains. And like, I know that I'm aging and it's like scary to think about, but at the same time, I'm also thinking I'm getting wiser, hopefully, because I'm getting more experience in life. And I think I'm starting to learn more about myself, and it's like a cool feeling.
What is growing pains?
It's like questioning certain parts of yourself, and then it makes you change certain things about you because you're like now aware that these are the things that you need to change because you know that that's for the better. I think that's what maybe makes me like not dread growing up as much, because I think about maybe when I'm in my 30s, my brain would be a lot more stable and I would be able to handle situations a lot better, and I'd be a lot more like self-assured and confident and like have a track of experience that I can look back on, and I would just feel a lot more like solid in my own. And that's what I'm excited for.
That's the plan, ideally. Once your frontal cortex develops, or how they say.
The brain develops. Yeah. I hope it tells you, I really hope it tells you, gives you a little like ding.
You get like a notification.
Yeah, it's like 25th birthday on like 12 on the dot. You get that notification. It's like brain is finally done cooking.
Your health app is like, hey guys, your brain, when you go.
Congratulations, and it sends you like the confetti. Yeah, it should be like that because that would be so much fun.
Please, Apple. Now you know what to do. Next update.
Actually.
How I see it, like aging, like the older I get personally, I also find myself saying, wow, my parents were right. Like, I agree with them on certain things. Like, discipline makes such a difference in like how a person behaves and how they proceed throughout the day. Like, I didn't really acknowledge that when I was growing up. I used to think, oh, my mom's being annoying or my dad's just being like stubborn, but I kind of like I understand them more. Even something stupid like, Mom, I want McDonald's, right? And she'll be like, no, we got rice and beans at home. Like, I'm not getting you McDonald's. Don't even think about it. I'm not going to entertain that.
Now you're the one who's saying there's rice and beans at home.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I can scrap together a sandwich and some chips, and that will be my dinner.
Do I need to get that? I don't need to.
No.
It's not going to.
Yeah. So unless I get the promotion, probably stick to making little sandwiches and fruit chips and cereal for dinner. I love cereal.
I think I've officially grown out of my cereal phase. Good.
You dove in way too fast for your own good.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't had cereal since I was a kid, and then I got back to eating cereal. I had 2 big boxes of cornflakes in like 2 weeks span, and I was like, holy fuck, this is so good. I can't stop eating this. And then I got a box of Captain Crunch, like a smaller box of it, and it's really good, but it tastes like junk food. Like, I'm eating it and I'm like, okay, it's so sweet. I feel like bad after.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah, and then I think the sugar was too much, and I just got a little sick of it.
It's like me with bread and butter, or like toasted bread and butter.
I love toasted
so
bread
good.
and butter. It's so good.
I go through that phase like at least once a year, just bread and butter at like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. So, yeah.
But back to aging.
Oh, right, aging. I actually have a skincare routine versus my mom and dad. They just wash their face and that's it.
My mom has a skincare routine.
That's so good for her.
And she'd always say, oh, you need to have perfect skin. Like, your skin's going to look as good as mine when you're my age, and you're going to want that.
Does she have nice skin?
She's really nice skin. She has nicer skin than me.
Oh.
Because my skin's been through acne. It's been through the fucking sun. It's been through a lot. But her skin is like soft and like young looking skin. I guess now living here and like having your perspective, I understand that it's important to have skincare and like to do that so you can have something like what my mom has, whatever.
What do you mean my perspective?
Tell me if I'm wrong, but you should do the most you could to prevent your skin from aging or like damage or any negative, like, I don't know, like sun. And I want to know if it's worth it is really my question, because I think we both approach it differently.
So it's definitely a lot, but it's exactly how doctors say all the time. The best thing you can do for any situation is preventative. And that's exactly what I'm trying to aim for. I don't want to be older and then have to deal with, for example, sunspots and wrinkles 10,
But
20,
you're
30
going
years
to
from
have
now.
to deal with it regardless.
I will have to deal with it, but because of all the precautions, I'm going to have wrinkles, but maybe not as much, and I won't stress as much when I'm older because I took all this time now to stress about it, that I'm saving the stress when I'm older. It minimizes like the impact of it. And for me, that makes all the difference.
Like the closer you are with somebody, the less time you spend getting ready, or is the same? Like let's say you going on a date versus you meeting me.
So that specific example, I have kind of a unique perspective, and you guys can tell me if you agree. But if I'm going on a date, I tend to put a little less effort into my appearance because I don't want to give them the best version of me right off the bat. Like, what if I have this awesome, perfect outfit, 10 out of 10?
You
And
have
the
to keep
date,
up that standard that you set for yourself.
I have to keep up that standard. And what if the date is terrible? What if I just had a bad time?
Like it wasn't worth all the effort.
Yeah, I wasted all this time and effort and this awesome outfit on this date I'm not even really having a good time on. That's my first reason why.
I could see why though. That makes a lot of sense.
And then the second reason is more so just it's who I am as a person.
In what occasion would you actually spend the 2 hours to like look good and get ready?
If I'm going out with my friends, if I know they're gonna want to take pictures,
You look good, you feel good.
I don't want people to think that I'm doing this for other people. I'm doing this all for like me. Spending all this time and effort, yeah. Is it annoying? Sure. But am I in a routine of doing that? Yeah.
It's kind of fun actually.
Because as I'm doing my routine, I'm just like slowly seeing myself look a little more alive. I look a little better. I look a little more like how I feel or how I want to feel. And looking good makes me feel good.
I think for me, it's just like, how can I get ready the quickest and look the best in the shortest amount of time in the most efficient way possible? 15 to 30 minutes is when I'm like, go hop out of the house and see my friend, or we're just going to run errands. An hour would be like, if I really want to try. And that's why I would take longer to get ready on a day, just to get myself in the mood. Because it's kind of like daunting sometimes to like meet new people. So you really have to be in the good mindset for that. But versus with friends, it's like, I really just can't wait to see them.
Like, that's how we're different. If we're both going to the same event, I always have to be the one that's like, oh, 10 more minutes. And I actually need like 40 more minutes.
And now I know exactly. So let's say you say 1, I just assume 1:30. And it works perfectly because I just start getting ready later.
I didn't know you started doing that.
Like sometimes I hear, I'm like, oh, he's probably taking a shower. Okay, I don't need to get ready yet. When he's done taking the shower, then that's when I like can start getting ready.
Wait, that's actually good. Yeah.
Or it's like when you're still getting ready, that like extra 10, 20 minutes, I'm like, all right, you got 10, 20 minutes to do any of these random chores around the house. If you need to, do them now because I have like a time crunch.
That's so true. You're always like vacuuming sometimes.
Yeah, like not me, like literally cleaned the entire kitchen and vacuumed and like did the cat litter all in like 15 minutes while he was fixing his hair. Like it's so productive. It's so good.
I'm actually cackling.
Like, but this has nothing to do with aging.
No, I
Wait,
mean,
I
kind
need
of,
you
but
to
not.
ask me other questions about aging.
Do you believe in aging gracefully, or do you believe in trying to take as many measures as possible to slow the aging?
I'm definitely not on either or, but I'm leaning towards aging gracefully just because I've seen how it's done. Like my family that are like obviously significantly older than me, but I look at them and I think I want to be like you when I'm your age. Like I'd be so proud of myself if I was anything like you. And it's like inspiring, and they like also have such a young energy to them, and I just can't help but admire that. And I think to myself, that's something that I want to achieve when I get older. So it becomes less of a, oh my God, I'm aging, like I'm getting older, time is slipping away. I kind of see it more like, wow, like I'm one step closer to being like this version of myself. And I'm kind of excited, you know, like it's gonna happen anyway. So I might as well just like fully embrace it and make the best out of it, kind of all that. But also, yeah, like wear sunscreen every day. Of course, you can get like stuff done to your face or like facials and like fancy treatments, but I don't see that as like a necessity. It's like an extra treat yourself if you want to splurge on yourself, but it's not like a must need.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, I guess. But like, what do you think about that?
First of all, thank you for the TED Talk. But
you're so welcome.
Yeah. Great talk. So many people right now are doing everything possible to like stop the aging process, like Botox, fillers. There's also this thing where people have like an Ozempic face, where like they look like really hollow.
I felt that's like buccal fat, whatever.
It kind of makes it look like that, but a bad one. So
Like, you
yeah,
kind of look like a skeleton.
pretty much. Yeah. Do you see them as like, do your own thing, like whatever, I don't care, or they're doing it out of a place of like insecurity and fear?
Oh, that's such an interesting question. Tell me about why you would do it first, because I want to think about what I have to say.
I'm pro surgery because I think if it makes you feel better and you feel more confident by looking better, then do it. And if it takes like a little simple procedure like a nose job or something, why not?
But I'm afraid that if you get one thing done, you're going to start seeing all the other flaws and you're going to want to get more things done. And it's just going to become this cycle. Like, how do you balance that out where you fix certain things, but you don't completely depend your worth and your happiness on like how you look?
I would definitely stick to it in my youth and not be one of those people that's getting like liposuction and all like the weird like Donatella Versace looking like faces in their 50s and 60s, because that's just too extreme. So I like
Donatella, no
I
hate.
love you.
It's
But-
just an example.
No, yeah. I just don't want to be one of those old people that you look at them and you can tell, yeah, they've had surgery. I don't want to be super obvious. I just want 2 or 3 simple procedures when I'm young that will last my lifetime, I'd assume.
I'm not sure how I feel about surgery. I personally probably would never want to get surgery, to be honest. Not because of that, but because of me thinking about going under the knife and having somebody like pretty much slice up your face and like do that kind of stuff. It makes me very uncomfortable to think about. Do you ever get scared about that process of going under the knife?
No, I'm ready. If I'm going to be asleep, it's not going to matter. I don't know how they do if they gas you or like they pill you, but you're just asleep, so you're not going
Like-
to feel it.
The thought of that is like giving me chills. I'm just scared, like, what if they fuck it up?
Yeah.
And I can't go back to looking normal. What if they made me look worse? Like, what if there's an accident? Like, I just keep thinking of like the worst case scenario.
That's valid because it's your face, it's your body.
It's something I can't undo.
Yeah, you don't want them to like
And
fuck up.
as much as they say, oh, we're not going to fuck up your face, you never know.
You never know. That's why you
never
sign a
know.
waiver.
I was going to ask you, do you think it's better to work on like slowly over time, like appreciating yourself more, or work on improving yourself and like working on your appearance and looking better to like then get to a point where you're satisfied with yourself?
If I can get to exactly where I want to be, I fix everything, I get all the surgeries I want, right? For this example, I'm set for life. Because at that point, it's just maintenance. Like, I don't have to worry about getting more surgery. I just got to worry about not breaking my nose that I paid so much money for and keep up the sunscreen, keep up the retinol. At that point, it's less stress for me. Again, I'd rather put in all the work now and not have to stress about it when I'm older, when stress will actually be more impactful. That's the way I see it, at least.
But you're going to look worse as you age, though.
I will look worse, but if I had a twin that didn't care about any of that, they would look even worse than I do.
Like, you want to maximize your prime. Is that what you
Yes. Perfect. I want to maximize my prime.
It's not like you're in denial that you're going to age one day.
No.
It's just more like, let me try to make the absolute most out of it. When you're in your 30s, you want to look like you're still in your 20s. How do you picture yourself like when you're in your 30s and 40s?
That's such a big ask.
Have you thought about that?
That means like kids and marriage and stuff.
Yeah, like what do you see in your 30s and 40s?
30s, I see myself ideally having already met my partner, like my forever partner, or
Like in your 30s?
Mhm.
Early or later or mid?
early,
Uh-huh.
or if not early, at least in mid, I would have met them by that point.
Mm-hmm.
And ideally, either be close to marriage if that's something I'm open to in the future. Right now, I'm not. Or I don't
Literally, the
know.
last episode, you're like, I don't really believe in marriage.
Yeah, I don't.
It's ever evolving.
Mhm.
Next episode, he's gonna be like, I'm ready to lock in, guys.
Even 30s for me it's too close that I don't want to think about it. I'd rather skip ahead to like 50s, 60s.
Interesting. Okay, what do you see yourself 50, 60?
I want to retire in Greece. That has always been the plan.
No, but Greece is sunny.
Exactly, because once it gets to the point of no return, once all the wrinkles are there, and no amount of sunscreen will fix that. Fuck it.
But you don't even like the sun, do you?
I like it. I just don't like being under it
Because of what it does to your skin, or
Mm-hmm.
because you don't like just being in the sun?
because of what it does to your skin. Like if our skin evolved to have permanent sunscreen, I'd be in the sun all the time.
I thought you genuinely hate the sun. I didn't know.
Oh my God. Old man yells at sun. That's such a crazy thing. I thought you hated the sun.
It makes sense.
The sun is my ops.
Because you talk about it like in such like, I need to avoid it. I need to go in the
True.
shade.
I do talk about the sun in great disdain. But
Like when the sun's out, you're like, oh fuck, I can't be myself. I can't walk. I have to be in the shade. It's so inconvenient. But when it's nighttime, you're like, oh my God, I could be free.
I can be me.
You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you do. I feel like you.
Okay,
hate the
valid.
sun.
I get where you're coming from.
But also, I was thinking, if I were to like die right now,
Mhm.
and let's say replay my entire life and the most like best moments, memories, whatever, I say 80% of them would be out in the sun.
I wish I had that mindset. I think you should have been born like a fish
I get.
or like a dolphin.
That would be so nice.
Yeah.
I don't have to care about like wrinkling and stuff.
I've never seen a wrinkled dolphin.
Right?
Right?
Oh my God. Maybe I should have been a dolphin. So you don't actually picture your 30s and 40s as much, but you picture your 50s and 60s more?
30s and 40s is too soon. I don't think about it because it's uncomfortable to think about.
True. It is kind of uncomfortable to think about, especially like 30s.
It's more so an avoidance tactic I do. Like when I was like 5 or 6, I was so scared about going to college.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You were scared?
Because I was like, what am I going to be like when
You
I'm
were
that
not,
age?
were you excited? Were you more scared or more excited?
I was more scared. Part of me was thinking, what if I'm not cool when I'm that age? Or what if I'm not successful when I'm that age? Or all the responsibilities that are going to come with being 19, 20, 21. I was scared. And I've kind of been like that always. Just being scared of, oh my God, wait, breakthrough. I've always been scared of being older. Actually, as I'm talking about this, yeah, because I was 5, 6, 8, 10, always afraid of going to the next grade, going to next year, because it meant another year, another age gone. That's why I hate my birthday. I don't celebrate it. Well, I don't hate it. I just don't celebrate it.
Do you still have the same like mindset on it, like until today?
Kinda.
And how does it, like, looking back, like, what have you learned? Think it's like serving you to be scared, or is it not? Like, does it affect you?
I was definitely more anxious about it when I was younger, because now that I'm older, I feel like I have more agency over my life. So I know what I'm doing will directly impact how I end up.
You have more of a track record of like your past experiences, and you're more confident in yourself now, right?
Yeah, because I already went through so many of the big hurdles that come with growing up, right? I have like a rough roadmap of where I want to go, and I'm leading that ship. So it's
Are you
fine.
more confident now that like you were so scared going to college, but you realize you're actually completely fine in college? And would you say you've had a good experience in college?
I had an experience in college. Would I say it was the best? Probably not. But was it bad? Definitely not.
Yeah, like knowing that, would it make you more confident about like going to your 30s because you figure it out then? You should be able to figure it out now.
When you were younger, right? 5, 6, 8. Were you thinking about the future at all?
I'm gonna have to skip a little ahead because I don't really remember what I was thinking back when I was 5 to 8 years old, unfortunately. But I want to say the time when I really look forward to the future was in high school. Was that I really pictured my life being a lot like more full and vibrant and fun when I entered college. It's always been like wow, I just cannot wait to live in a new city across the world and have this entirely new experience and almost like a fresh start. Just be this like experience that I'll have, like one of the biggest experience thus far in my life, right? When I was like 17, 18. So I think I was just very hopeful about it. It just made me more excited that I could meet more people and probably grow and learn more about myself. Freshman year was really like tough because I could not make like friends. It was really hard, and I just realized like putting myself out there was a lot more scary than I thought. But then everything worked out like second year. I started having my friends and I actually really enjoyed college, and
we met.
And then we met second year. I love college. I'd say like, I don't know if it's the best obviously, but I've had a lot of my fun times in college, and I look back and I love to like reminisce on it.
It's good that it wasn't your best, because you don't want to peak at high school. You don't want to be one of those people that peaks in college and or even high school, and you keep thinking back to that was the best time of my life.
I don't ever want to peak, because if you peak, then it means you stop growing. And what's the point if you're going to stop growing?
Or maybe not so much peak, but at least reach the best version of yourself. And once you're there, like,
do you mean
maintain
that mentally, like what happens when you get mature and stuff? Or do you mean like how you look?
Well, however that means to you. Like if to you that means how you look, go for that. If for you that means mentally being strong, and go for that. If it means having power and influence, do that. That's how I would see it.
How would you rank like the importance of physical appearance?
I love ranking.
Personality, intelligence. And when I say intelligence, I don't mean just like academic, book smart, but street smart, people smart, emotional intelligence. Like
So for myself, I would say physical appearance, number 1, then personality, number 2. And then what was the third one?
Intelligence.
Oh, fuck.
It's really hard, right?
Intelligence, number 1?
That's more on brand for you.
Yes, intelligence number 1, then physical appearance number 2, and then personality number 3. And here's why. Without intelligence, you won't find the right mindset to pursue the others, and you won't find and create the right path for you to reach the goals to improve the other 2. So for example,
you have to reach a personality,
or at least develop like who you want to be. Like if you're smart enough to realize your flaws, but you can try to fix those, right? But if you're smart enough and aware enough to acknowledge that in yourself, you can actually use that as a strength and try to fix that. Without having that intellect, you're probably not going to have the framework to do the other two. That's how I see it.
You're convincing me to put intelligence as one too, but
wait, before you continue, that's also why I can be so like critical about myself and like how I appear. Like I'll be looking at the mirror and I'll be judging myself, but it's not in a hateful or in the putting me down kind of way. It's more so like, yeah, I'm aware of this, and that's fine because these are things I know how to fix. So I don't take judging myself in a negative way, and I love criticism. I think having that intelligence helps with the rest. And it's
why did you put personality as last?
Because physical appearances too, and physical appearances plays big because people always say don't judge a book by its cover, but before you meet anyone, the first like 3 seconds of like just seeing them, you already formed an impression of them.
Because that's the only information you have of them.
You already have a bias about them, right? So that's why it's number 2, because if you have a good image, a good way you present yourself to other people, you're already at an advantage without even saying a word. You can always play off as a mysterious, cool, reserved person and stay in your lane, and that's fine because you're not giving the other person neither a good or bad part of you.
You're giving them nothing.
You're giving them nothing, but you're also not leaving them with nothing.
Stay mysterious.
Yeah. And then you save the real number 3, personality, for your friends, your inner circle.
It's so weird because everything you said, I completely agree with you. But my personal ranking would be a little different, even though I fully agree with you, which is so weird. Like, okay, make up your mind, bitch. But my first would be personality, second would be intelligence, and third would be physical appearance.
That's on brand for you.
Personality first, because that's something that I value in another person the most. I would say, like, anyone in my life, I really value their personality. Being compatible with a person personality-wise is just so much fun and brings out so much joy. And, like, it's just the best when you find your people that matches with you. And that's, like, one thing that I really, really value in people over anything. Like, sometimes I guess I couldn't even care less how you look. Like, I just want your personality. I just want you to be yourself when you're with me. But intelligence is also very important because I need somebody to like have something they could teach me about or like inspire. I need someone to be like very inspiring, and usually people are inspiring when they have a smart brain and they think in a way that makes you question things and see new perspective.
It's also really attractive.
It is so attractive, especially when someone can like teach you something about something they know very well that you don't know.
Or when they speak about something they're really like knowledgeable about.
Yeah, passionate about.
It's so hot.
I don't care what you talk about. You could talk about anything and I would just look at you like, wow, I just love the way you have so much like energy for whatever you're talking about. So I put intelligence. And also intelligence goes with everything. It goes with like how you act, like you said, self-awareness, whether you're aware you're doing and you're able to like gauge a situation well, you're able to communicate, all these skills that needs a person to be like a decent human being. I have to put that above physical appearance. If you're hot and you look 10 out of 10 but you lack intelligence, it's like you're just this pretty box, but when you look inside, like there's nothing. I think I just see like a lot more longevity with personality. Like that could never go away. You can age and you can look ugly one day, but your personality would always be yours. You can only get better at it. If you look at it long term, it's like a better investment because that's something that will stick with you forever. And physical appearance is just fleeting. So obviously take good care of it, and it matters a lot, and it takes you so far in life if you look good, unfortunately. But it's also the thing that you have the least control over. I guess not now with surgery, but it's the most superficial.
It's the most superficial, but it's also the one I feel like I have the most control over because I can choose to get out of bed and not do my skincare, not
But
shower.
I also want people around me in my life to recognize me for me, not just because of how I look, because that would be something I have to continuously keep up. Then if I don't keep up with that, then suddenly my value as a human being is gone. And I don't ever want that. And I want them to see me for my personality, my brain, and like me on the inside more than the outside.
That's true, because eventually you are going to find a partner that is going to see you without makeup on, without you looking full glam or having your best outfit on.
If you don't want to give that up, you have to, because if you're going to spend a life with somebody, they're going to have to know every part of you, unfortunately.
You have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street.
And I feel like being vulnerable and getting to that stage would make you even closer to that person anyway.
100%.
So it overrides like the physical appearance.
It's healthy because I'm not focused on relationship or anything. Or like, I'm just seeing like where the wind takes me, right? It's like I'd rather focus on myself. The physical is the one thing I can focus about myself on top of everything else. But I agree with what you said too. Like there was never an instance where I'm like, I don't see that. Another reason besides moving here that also encouraged me to have like a better style was being around you.
Me?
Yeah, like especially in uni, because I always thought, oh, she dresses so well. Any occasion, like, I knew, okay, she's gonna wear something nice. I can go with a basic outfit, but I don't want to.
You're telling me I set the bar for you? That's crazy.
You set the bar for me, and then moving here moved it up more, and then living together moved it up a little bit more too.
That's crazy that like you want to dress better because of hanging out with me. Because I almost feel like
You at least started that momentum.
because right now I think definitely want to say you're the stylish one out of the two of us more. Your style definitely evolved from college before you're only wearing a lot of like streetwear.
Okay, back in uni, I was wearing, yeah, that streetwear hypebeast style. So all the colors are like black, blues, darks, right? Now I have color in my outfit.
It's like you're almost dressing more and more yourself.
I like knowing that because it's also like validating knowing that I can experiment with different styles. It's like knowing I can play different little characters, different little parts.
Yeah, you see what I mean by the dress up?
The good thing about me is I can imagine the outfit in my head or like the pieces. Like I can play like dress up in my head, right? I go more for like the vibe I want to pull off that day. If I start off with jeans or like the pants, that will determine the rest of the outfit. And then shoes is always last. I feel like as the older I get, I'm going to be one of those people that just has a big ass closet with so many things from my past. And if I have a kid, I'm going to be like that cool parent that saved everything and I can like loan it to them and they're going to be so grateful.
Stop.
Because when things come back in style, like 10, 20 years, I will have like the originals. Like they don't have to go thrifting. I am the thrift.
I always wish my mom kept her old stuff because I look back at photo albums and I think, damn, those jeans are so cool. Like I wish I had them. They're so baggy, whatever. And my mom was like, I don't know where my stuff is.
I saw like this old picture of my mom and she had like this cool jacket. And I thought she looked so cool in it. I was like, Mom, you used to be cool.
You know, in the 90s when they plugged the eyebrows and made it really thin, I look at it and I think, wow, it's so cool that it changes your appearance so much just with your eyebrows. I wonder how I look like with thin eyebrows. And I tried it, the filter on the TikTok.
That TikTok.
It looked really good. I like how I look with thin eyebrows. So maybe I might try that. But I'm also fucking scared because what if you plug it and then it never grows back?
Fair. But I have like a new observation. I think Gen Z, we pay so much attention to like our appearance and like aging and all that stuff, right? Like 9-year-olds at Sephora. We might be
the drunk elephant 12-year-olds.
The drunk 12-year-olds. We might be the generation that might age the best so far.
Oh, for sure. I think every generation age better than the previous.
And that's exciting.
What do you look forward to when you're older?
Ooh, that's a good question. As I get older, I think just being able to have a good financial security to where I can do whatever I want. I don't have to worry about like having a big grocery bill. If I want to buy 50,000 boxes of cereal in one night, I can do that.
No, literally.
Right?
You can make all your cabinets filled with cereal and you never have to go get it again in the store.
And I can literally go thrifting every single day if I wanted to because I have unlimited resources to do that.
You're the definition of like, if I won a lottery and I didn't tell anybody, but here are the signs. And the signs is just you having a walk-in closet with so many clothes.
That's my answer. Just the being successful part. And the freedom,
financial success,
personal success, ideally love, to the point where you're free to just play life in creative mode, just do whatever you want, because you already achieved a comfortable place that everything at this point is just extra. And if you look good while doing it because you were taking preventative skincare measures when you were young, even better.
I'm so excited to like be able to trust myself more and like have more reassurance in myself. Like any obstacles I encounter, I'd know that I would be able to go through that because I have gone through it before and I have that reassurance, being wiser and like having more experience and more knowledge that I can navigate again like situations better. In my 20s, I'm going to make all my mistakes and all my crazy life decisions. And then in my 30s and 40s, I'd be a lot more grounded. That's what I'm so excited for.
That's the plan, at least.
And another thing, on a less serious note, I'm just more excited too. I want to be always making like good food in the kitchen. Like I want to have stuff growing in the backyard, like herbs and vegetables and whatnot. And then I can pick those out and then like cook a really nice dinner and like host dinners at my place and make it so nice.
I'm excited for that too, because that means I can just go to your house for dinner.
No, literally. Like when I have no responsibility, I can just cook all day and experiment with recipes and bake.
Or if we actually end up buying the mansion together, you'll be like that one.
I'll always have something yummy like laying around. Like I don't know. I think I picture like older me just taking care of people and just like, because I don't know, I find it so much fun to do that.
Yeah. Getting older is crazy.
It's crazy, but I want to look forward to it. because
I do too.
it's happening, so might as well like look forward to it.
But also like have fun now too.
Of course, yeah.
I think it's also really important to know that as you age, you're not doing it alone. Like you have like a good like support group, some friends around.
That's what you need to aim for, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a real important part. Like despite everything we talked about, like appearances, if you're doing all of that, but you end up being alone, like a beautiful 50-year-old, like gorgeous, right? But
A beautiful 50-year-old.
but you have no one to like share it with, or no one in your life, then what was the point of it?
It's the same thing as like if you're a billionaire but you have no one to share the wealth with, then I guess you'd be fine, but you're not going to be the happiest.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because you can't buy love.
That's
and you
so
can't buy
true.
friends.
Imagine if AI can generate a friend for you. That's like perfect for you. Because don't they already have like AI boyfriends? They should just have AI friends.
They do. Or like on Snapchat, the AI thing.
Stop. It would tailor it to you. Like that's crazy.
Like you can name it, right?
No.
I named mine Kai.
Really?
K.
Bro,
AI.
but imagine if you get attached to your AI friend.
Oh, I haven't talked to Kai in like months.
Would you want to like live forever though?
No, I do not want to live forever.
How long would you want to live ideally?
So if I could live until like at least 1,000.
Jesus Christ.
I know it seems like a lot, but in terms of like,
I'm already tired for you. That's so
but
long.
okay, but remember, forever is a long time. Like 1,000 is
you
nothing.
have to remember you've only lived 24 years of your life, and you're talking about 1,000. That's like, dude, can you even comprehend how long that is?
Well, I would do 1,000 if I could look the way I do now and
Can
have
you
the
even
energy I do
think of
now.
like what 1,000 years from now look like?
That's kind of the point, because I want to be in the future where I do see 1,000 years. But what about you? Like, if you could do that?
Would I live forever?
Yeah.
I can comprehend that, because if I were to live forever, if I know I was going to live forever, my entire life is about to change. Everything that I'm doing, how I see my life unfolding, what I'm going to do now is going to be completely different. If I'm going to live forever, maybe I'm not going to care so much about having a family one day, or like thinking about that at all, because I have all this time. What would I do with all this time? Like everything is just going to be, my whole priority list is going to be different. So I think I'm just going to stick with a normal human lifespan, because I don't want to overcomplicate things even more. And also, what if I get bored? Like, I think 100 years is just like quite a long time. I'm not sure how I'm going to live that long to do what. If I'm going to live that long, I'd rather live in like different dimensions and different planets, because I'm bored of Earth, you know? We've been here for a while. It's been a minute. Like, we need a little switch up, you know?
Totally.
So
like Mars, we'll see. But I think that's a good, happy place to end.
I know. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah, we talked about a lot.
This episode is the first episode we actually talked about like one topic throughout, and I'm really proud of us. We've outdone our ADHD.
Are we growing? Every episode we do, our frontal cortex develops like 1% or something.
Think?
Maybe.
I hope so. I sure fucking hope so.
All right, it's been fun, guys. We'll talk to you in 6
years. I'll talk to you in 6 years.
Talk to you in 6 years. Bye.